Over here, I would like to bring up the importance that is placed on mathematics in this particular book. And funnily enough, I'm glad that in this book, the author chose a female protagonist to be good in a subject like mathematics, because typically mathematics is something that is not associated as being like girls. Yeah, girls are not inherently or innately good at mathematics. Like somehow their brain cannot move over there. And this juxtaposition of a woman, black, mathematics, this in some ways again reminded me of how much I hated mathematics in school. And sometimes I think, did I hate it because I was not good at it? Or did I hate it because of the way it was taught in our school? Or did I hate it because somewhere I socially internalized the concept that girls and math don't go together? And this is actually a little strange because I used to score really well in mathematics, but my brain somehow generalized the idea that I was scoring good in mathematics because I was hacking the educational system, and not because I was good at mathematics or not because I was interested in mathematics. And yeah, in a way, I'm so glad that again this book, so refreshing, it made me rethink whether I actually hated mathematics or not. And I believe maybe
Yeah.
I didn't hate it altogether. Maybe it was societal norms plus educational structure plus me being a girl in the early 2000s. And especially back then, there was like a very clear distinction between what were feminine roles and what were more masculine roles or more masculine jobs and professions. Of course, now luckily women in STEM, I hope they keep rocking on as they are rocking on. But
Yeah, it's a lot different these days, I think. But yeah, especially when we were growing up, it was that whole stereotype that's, girls aren't good at math.
yeah, and surprisingly enough, I think that was not the reason. I don't think girls are bad at math, but the professions that were more considered suitable for women just did not involve math, because you're supposed to take
Yeah.
the role of a nurturer, and nurturing roles do not involve, I don't know, numbers. Weirdly enough, I don't get it. But this particular book, I mean, the fact that today I'm in my 30s and I'm able to open my mind to the idea that maybe I did not hate mathematics, and somewhere in me, because this idea has germinated, I think I would probably want to learn mathematics in some way, shape, or form, or have more respect for it.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're right. Whereas, women have been seen or expected to be caregivers. An example would be women nurses. Like
Yes.
you think doctor and you think male, but you think nurse and you associate with female. Have you ever seen the movie Meet the Parents with Ben Stiller from forever ago?
I
Where,
know about the movie, but I don't remember. I
yeah,
have
well, kind
watched
of the
it.
same. Yeah, kind of the same thing where he's going for home for the holidays with his girlfriend and meeting her family for the first time, and he tells them what he does, and the whole joke throughout the first movie is like, "Oh, you're a nurse? I thought that was a woman's job." So it's kind of the same thing, but same when in terms of math and STEM. Over here, however, I mean, I guess I can only speak to like our school districts here and in certain states, but there are many programs for, women in STEM and getting young girls associated with that. My daughter's Girl Scout troop a couple months ago went to an event at the University of Texas, Austin, where it was all women in STEM and it was open to everyone, but there were a lot of like young girls and it was really, really cool. So trying to keep that alive. And I'm the same. I used to be really good at math and I really liked math, but then I got to a point in middle school where I had one bad math teacher
Mm.
and she kind of ruined it for me. And honestly, a lot of my female friends too. And maybe getting to think about it, maybe she just wrote us off because we were chatty and sociable, but that didn't mean that we didn't know what we were doing. And I feel like a lot of her prejudice against most of us in the class made us just not like math, and which which was bad because then going into high school, those were the only classes that I was not in the honors and AP was math. Where I think if I had been given more support back then, I would have had those credits along with all my other AP class.
No, I completely understand. The entire reason why I even chose law was because it did not have math. I mean, it did have math in terms of taxation, but that was one subject out of probably 50 subjects that I studied. So imagine I was actually making major life decisions with regard to a profession that I might be stuck in until I retire, just on the basis of the fact that someone ruined math for me. Maybe a teacher, maybe my dad, someone ruined it for me. But again, over here, that's what's exciting about this book, that I'm learning about mathematics in a way where it is in linguistics, it's in the form of words, and it's inspiring me, or it's encouraging me to change my perception. Maybe it's developed a new synapses in my brain just because now I'm like, maybe I could be open to this particular subject. And maybe if I were to do my master's degree, I could consider doing something involving mathematics and not thinking that I'm inherently bad at it or I hate it.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. That's awesome. How we go on with the story is that, because she's such a genius in math, and she's what's the term again? Master harmonizer.
Master harmony.
She boards the ship with her other classmates, and yeah, they're having a good time. She's feeling like, I would say, accepted, right? I mean, they see
Yes.
that she's different, but they're all, I guess, around the same age. She's making friends. She even has a crush, right? And we're like, okay, this is cool. We're happy. I'm excited personally as a reader to see Uzma Uni and how all these humans are going to interact with all these other species, I guess, on this planet.
Yeah. So before the big reveal, I would just like to say that the reason why she starts feeling at home with all of her classmates who are Kush, who are not from any other tribe, any other minority, the reason why she starts feeling at home with them is because they are united by mathematics, which is a universal language. Again, over here, it's not linguistics, semantics that is being a barrier in how they communicate with each other and how they bond with each other. But the fact that they are bonding with a universal language makes them forget that someone looks different from them or someone has red clay over her skin while they are all pale.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about too when we did our pre-discussion last week, was mathematics as a language really is going to be how we communicate with other beings, when, not if, when when we finally admit that aliens are real. Because we talked about the golden record that we sent to space in the 1970s, and we had people of different languages talking and things like that, but there was a lot of math because I mean, math is universal, and so that's how we think we're going to be able to communicate with other races. I'm not going to say alien races because we're aliens to them. We're all aliens.
The reason why I think mathematics would be something that ties us with other species in an intergalactic manner is because mathematics is patterns, is similarities. And again, with just language in general, we may have patterns and similarities, but you need to understand the language. You need to be able to comprehend it in order to understand patterns and similarities, like how words have etymology, like certain words are derived from, say, Latin or Sanskrit. But over here, you need knowledge of these languages in order to be able to draw these connections and these patterns. But here, mathematics, like, say, concepts like fractals, which are geometric shapes which exhibit self similarity, in the sense that we can see fractals in different areas of life, whether it's the branching of the trees and the patterns that trees form when they branch, or the spirals of a shell, or the spirals that we see in our Milky Way galaxy. So, if we see that there are these patterns where I think because of these similar patterns, the idea of differences goes away with respect to these school students, the ones going to the UMSA University. And yeah, it's such a beautiful concept that there's something that can tie us and make us united and one. There's this universal language that can make us united and one, not only on this earth, but also whenever we find aliens or whenever they find us.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's a whole other podcast. I'll get into about my alien theories and ancient aliens and all the like. I was sent you those. I was like, you got to watch these links about how the scripture, your mythology
Yes.
ties into like the aliens. So I made her watch some stuff from ancient aliens. At the very least, ancient aliens. It's great to learn about other cultures and to learn about really cool sites around the world.